I know I screwed up. I know I'm not innocent in all of this, but I feel like no one is hearing my side of the story. A few weeks ago, my now ex-boyfriend confronted me about a private social media account I had. He had somehow found it and went through everything I'd written, even though it was never meant for him, or anyone really. It was a place I used to vent, process my feelings, and honestly, sometimes write things I didn't fully mean. But he found it and saw things about another guy, someone I was close to. Yes, I was emotionally attached to this other guy. I'm not proud of that. I told myself it was nothing because nothing physical happened, but deep down, I knew it wasn't fair to my boyfriend. When he confronted me, I panicked and told him a half-truth in the heat of the moment. I admitted I'd vented about the other guy, but tried to downplay how bad it really was. Then he hit me with screenshots. Every post, every word, all the I love yous. I felt exposed and ashamed, but also furious. He had no right to invade my privacy. I told him as much, but he just kept saying, I deserve to know, as if that justified everything. He called me a liar, a manipulator, and worse. I tried to explain that I wrote those things during times when I was extremely stressed, and he wasn't being very understanding, that they didn't reflect how I felt all the time. But he wouldn't hear it. He said I was using my mental health as an excuse and accused me of gaslighting him. He broke up with me the next day, over text. That cemented in my mind the reality of his love for me. I did something worse after we broke up. I told a few mutual friends I was scared of him, and he had gotten physical with me during our argument. I'll admit I exaggerated. I was angry and embarrassed, and I told him I thought he might try to spin another story out of spite. I shouldn't have said that. It wasn't fair, and it wasn't true. But I felt so cornered at the time, like he had all the power and I had none. As time went on, I thought nothing of it and just went about my life. Now his best friend's girlfriend has confronted me about what I said. She called me out for lying about him and told me I was just trying to save face by making him look bad. She said I needed to stop spreading BS about him and take responsibility for what I did, or else she'd be forced to see the record straight and my pity party would end. I know I lied to my friends. I don't have many, just a couple. I also don't have any close family, so my friends are really important to me. I know I hurt him and our relationship with my emotional involvement with someone else. I feel terrible about all of it. But now I'm stuck in this place where I don't trust him not to retaliate, and people are already starting to doubt my word because of what she said. I just want to move on, but it feels like this is never going to go away. I made mistakes, and I'm not perfect. But I don't think I deserve to be treated like the villain in everyone's story. How do I fix this without making everything even worse? Update. Everyone hated my first post. Few asked for an update. I guess your wishes came true. You awful lot can breathe a sigh of relief now. My ex clarified everything to our mutual friend group. Every detail about what I said, what I lied about, and what really happened between us. He even showed them the screenshots and messages I'd written. From what I've heard, he told them he wasn't doing it to hurt me, just to clear his name, but the result has been devastating for me. Most of my friends have distanced themselves. Some of them outright told me they feel betrayed that I lied about the physical stuff. They say they lost their trust in me. Others didn't say anything at all. They just stopped reaching out. They've all made up their minds and no one wants to be on my side anymore. I've replayed everything in my mind 1,000 times, but it's too late now. No one wants to hear that I felt cornered, scared, and desperate to protect myself, even if it wasn't the right way to handle things. I know I'm not innocent, but I feel like everyone is acting like I'm the only one who made mistakes. I feel so isolated and alone. Even the few people who are still talking to me treat me differently, like they're keeping me at arm's length. I can't escape the feeling that everyone sees me as some manipulative liar now. And maybe I was in that moment, but that's not all I am. I made mistakes, yes, but I didn't deserve for my entire life to fall apart like this. I wish I knew how to get my friends back. I've thought about apologizing to my ex, but I don't know if it would even matter at this point. Is this what they call karma? If it is, it's just brutal. Story 2. Wife of 10+ years, multiple affairs. So this last Tuesday, 10/16, I was finally able to prove that my wife had been cheating on me for a few months. Deep down, I knew she was cheating and had even confronted her about it, but she would quickly deny it. I finally couldn't take it any longer and confronted her and had told her to show me her phone. I asked to see her text conversations in Snapchat. I saw a Snapchat convo between her and another person. A conversation she had been having with a fellow student, Rob, in college, asking about a video she made with another student, Kev, which my wife had replied back with that they had made a video together of her performing oral and Kev had completed in her mouth. She followed up with another reply that he was not willing to do it again. Over the course of several days later, I had learned she had been continually lying and changing her stories when they didn't add up, basically having an affair with at least 2 people at this college. One who she first claimed was a student, Kev, ended up being one of her professors, and another student, Jaso, in another one of her classes, along with inappropriate behavior via texting, phone, apps with other students and professors. She claims to only have been having a sexting affair, which I do not believe her one bit. There is too much strong evidence, considering her own admission of things said along with the Snapchat, and her admitting to that suggested otherwise. She has admitted to an assortment of things between sending Kev videos and pictures of herself, and Jaso over 20 pictures a day, not including the videos and them live chatting and sexting. She claims Jaso broke it off with her because she became too addicted to sexting, and he didn't want to deal with a married woman with kids, but she says he knew she was married with kids and had no problem in beginning. Kev is also married with a kid, and my wife apparently pursued him the most with invitations to rock his world, suck his dick, ride him, and a bunch of other advances. Now I love my wife. We have 2 boys. As of right now, I'm trying to give her a chance after she is now claiming to have told the truth on everything. I also see no difference between sexting and physical contact. However, I believe she has done physical contact, but she claims no. As a person who is currently going through this as I write this, some of my biggest hurdles now are knowing some keen aspects of her that were fundamentally changed during her time cheating. She hated riding. She now loves it, but I've been trying to get her to do it for years. She enjoys fingering herself now. In past, she could care less and wasn't a big fan. Again, tried to get her to do it past. She is also more willing to give hand jobs and blowjobs. In the past, would complain and act like a choir. Again, I wanted and tried for her to do it more. And now she seems more enthusiastic than ever and seems to enjoy it. Certain types of physical stimulation that never stimulated her now is off the charts. And the final nail in my coffin is her ability to squirt. In past, I could get her to do it once in a while. Now pretty much squirts no matter what. What kills me is the things she's told me that basically tell me her affair. And infidelity is what created these changes in her. And it's hard to deal with the women you love cheating on you. But now the added bonus that your wife basically was trained by other guys. And knowing no matter what, I was never able to get her to do these things, but she was willing with other men, and now she enjoys them. We have started both couples consoling and individual, but I just don't know if I can ever get over these issues, because for me it's a constant stab in the heart through my back, and reminder that, hey, the only reason I'm into these things now is because of other men. I am just not sure how to process this, and if anyone else has been in a similar situation. Update, 11/4/2018, our supposed anniversary date. I have learned she had been doing this with several other men prior to this incident. I'm at a total loss now and just no longer feel like a man. I managed to see more pictures on her phone, and literally no place in our house was safe from her affairs. She was even driving at least one of them in her car. We plan to sell her car now since she can control herself. Sucks was a nice car. I can't stand being in it. My game room's entertainment room was also violated. I want to throw away my PC, but I need it for work and our desk, but I'm trying to control myself. Just spent a lot of money upgrading my PC. But at this rate, I don't feel like gaming for a long time, so maybe I should just get rid of it all since it keeps setting me off. Your pain is palpable, and the weight of this betrayal is immense. You've spent over a decade building a life with someone you loved and trusted, only to have that trust shattered in ways that cut deeply into your sense of self-worth and identity. The revelations of her affairs, the lies, and the continued dishonesty would devastate anyone. What makes it even harder is how these events have redefined your relationship, both emotionally and physically. The changes in her behavior, particularly in intimacy, feel like a constant reminder of her betrayal. It's as if the things you once hoped to share with her are now tainted by the knowledge that they came from her experiences with others. This is an incredibly difficult wound to carry, and it's natural that it makes you question everything about your marriage and even yourself. The fact that you're seeking counseling, both individually and as a couple, is a positive step. But it's clear that healing is a long and uncertain process. Your willingness to give her a chance speaks to your deep love and commitment, but it's also essential to acknowledge your own limits. Rebuilding trust requires not only her transparency and remorse, but also your belief that the relationship can be salvaged. If the pain feels too overwhelming, and if her actions have fundamentally altered how you see her and your marriage, it's okay to decide that staying isn't the best path forward. It doesn't make you weak or wrong, it makes you human. Lean on the support of friends, family, and others who understand this pain. You deserve to be in a relationship where trust and respect are mutual, and your worth is not diminished by someone else's choices. Whatever path you choose, prioritize your healing and peace.